In this episode, I'm going to tell you how you can level up your mental health, and it only takes 3 minutes. You would have clicked on this video because you want to level up your mental health, or you need to get some clarity in your life, or we've simply badgered you enough so that you can click on this video. Regardless of which thing it is, I'm gonna tell you one way that you can up your mental health game, and it's journaling. So this is something that Marcus Aurelius, Sir Winston Churchill, Albert Einstein, and myself have in common. Yeah. but the fact remains that journaling works. Journaling has been seen as this sort of dear diary sort of thing. You know how in teenage dramas, like American teenage dramas, you would find how the big sister in the family has a diary, those lock and key diaries, and the little annoying brother would come and try and steal the diary to blackmail the big sister. But hey, I really don't know what happens in American society, but the fact remains that journaling works, and journaling has been a bit popular. So the more, I would say, the more extreme version of that is almost every day writing dear diary, and what you feel is included in that book. So let me tell you my story. 2021 was a bit of a rough patch. It was a good first half of the year for me, but right on June 30th, I went through a breakup, and my life was pretty much in shambles for about 1 month. Like mentally, like I had everything, but it felt like I needed something to latch on to, and the person that was there for me to latch on to was not there, right? And understandable. But I needed to be one with myself, and how could I do that? Like, so I went into YouTube and found this guy called Hamza, who I still follow, and he said that there are 3 ways you can better your mental health and better your life, actually, and it's journaling, meditation, and exercise. We've of course spoken in previous episodes about these 3, and we've spoken about the other 2, that is exercise. We've spoken with Ayub in a previous episode, and we've spoken about meditation as well. But this episode will be focusing on journaling. And so I went into journaling. I started off small. I started with a small, like pocket-sized notebook, but that didn't last long. It probably lasted for about 2 weeks, but I still got the job done, and I felt much better. No joke, I felt much better being one with my thoughts, being one with my mind, and that it felt good. You know, as much as people say that, you know, journaling, writing, by the way, I don't do that bullshit. Like I don't write dear diary, this is what happened today. No, that's not it. But what I used to write, and I will tell you towards the end of the episode about it. That's not what I used to write. I used to write something else. Like, I'll read out a passage from my journal. And by the way, this is my journal. This is my 2022 journal, started in February, and it's still being used. But more on this later, towards the end of the episode. Don't miss out. Like I said, 2021, rough patch, and I did manage to put in quite a few words into pages, and did go on about my journaling life, if you want to call it. And what I discovered was that journaling helped me to recollect thoughts and to write everything that was in my head, just put it on paper. And it works. I was going to say it is working, and it is working for sure. Like I said, many of the greats, Sir Winston Churchill, Albert Einstein, Marcus Aurelius, those guys journaled, and those guys were pretty successful in whatever fields that they were in, right? And so you would want to emulate that, and one of the easiest things to do was to journal. And so in this episode I'm going to go over two types of journaling. So one is called gratitude journaling, and the other one is, it has been given a name, but I'm going to talk about it as casual journaling. And so gratitude journaling means you are grateful for what you have in life or that particular day, and you jot it down into your journal. Now, a lot of people have asked, what are you grateful for? Like, what can I write to say that I'm grateful? I mean, dude, be grateful for so many things. You can be grateful for waking up. You can be grateful for the clothes you wear. I'm grateful for this iPhone that I'm recording this thing on, because goodness gracious, I needed an iPhone. I needed a camera, heck. And so this camera, I'm really grateful for this iPhone's camera. Amazing. I'm grateful for this little mic. It's probably the first time you're seeing me having such sound quality. I don't know whether you can hear the trains and cars and everything, but that's out of the question. Anyway, grateful for that. I actually have written something that I've been grateful for today, and it's just the simple things, man. So today I've written, what are you grateful for? Waking up today. So 3 things. Just need to write 3 things. So 25th of November 2022, 3 things that I'm grateful for. Waking up today, my phone alarm for waking me up, and sunlight, because one of the things I do is actually go to the balcony, and while sipping on some tea or coffee, I just get in some sunlight, and it does wake me up. And if you think I'm lying, like, I'm gonna like censor this part because it gets a bit too sensitive for this episode. But here you go. This is what I've written for today, and yeah, grateful. Gratitude journaling, it works. And that's as simple as it gets, just 3 things that you are grateful for. Jot it down on a piece of paper, and voila, you're good to go for the day. And the more things you are grateful for, the more you appreciate things, and the more you appreciate people, the more you appreciate things, the more you appreciate events like the sun rising every day. What if the sun didn't rise every day? Right? You are grateful for that stuff, and you are present in that moment. Now, we've spoken about being present in the moment and all in our previous episodes, but this one, it just gives you a different feel once you just take all those things and you put it into your head. And that leads me to the second part of this episode, which is about casual journaling. And so casual journaling was something that I've been doing this year. Like, this year has been proper hectic for me. Like, mental health wise, I feel like I've done well, but at the same time, there have been times where I just want to like disappear. Not in that sense, but like, had enough, sort of. I just want to like take a vacation, long-term vacation of about like 1 month, something like what SHESHAN did about 1 month ago. But I don't think that episode is released out yet. Anyway, SHESHAN, that's probably your fault. Anyway, I just felt like it was too much for me, and so what I did was journal the next day. Like, I would just go to sleep and then just wake up in the morning at about 6 a.m. and journal myself, like whatever thoughts that are in your head, you just apply it to your book, and you can do it. It's pretty helpful. See, you just need some clarity. Like, so I was thinking, there have been so many people who have done well, like better in their lives compared to mine, and that's when I was thinking, why am I comparing? Like, literally, I saw this post about some dude in finance. Like, he's one of my good friends, and he's in finance, and he took some course and he completed that course. And so I was thinking, why am I bothered about that? He's in finance, I'm in like law and like the digital creation market. Why am I bothered about a guy in finance? And then what I did was I grabbed my journal and I went back into my journal, and all these pages, like these pages, man, like I wouldn't let anyone read this, like, not even my own parents. Hell no, no way. I wouldn't let anyone read this. This is solely like my stuff, and this will be only to my eyes. I was thinking, like, I've accomplished so much this year, and why am I comparing? like journal everything. I journaled almost every single significant event and insignificant event in 2022, and it has worked. So my friend, I'm telling you, do journal. And this is actually the part where I read off one of these like things of this journal. This is actually not the end of the episode, but yeah, the reason why I did that was because people will go to the end of the episode just to find out what I've written in my journal, right? So I'm going to do this in the middle of the episode. So I've written, what is it like to lose, just for context, like one of my good friends lost their mothers, and like that auntie was so, that parent was so close to our family as well, and so like it was a moment of grief. And yeah, I've written this at 12:13 a.m. 12:13 a.m. by the way, and I've like put the topic here. Yeah, so I've written like 16th of August, 12:13 a.m. So what is it like to lose a good friend, a family member, a lover, a mother, father, brother, sister, or pet? I'm scared of losing people I care for because I feel like I won't be able to handle it. Yeah, that's what I've written. It's a bit of an emotional thing, but hey, you are allowed to be emotional, I guess, to yourself. But of course, a lot of people have said don't let that emotion out, and like what they're saying, what they mean by that. And yes, people, what they mean by not letting, do not let your emotion out, means that you shouldn't let your emotions dictate what you do to other people. For example, imagine you're angry about the day and you don't journal about it. You take it out on someone else. How shit will that person feel? Just because you couldn't control something, so you're amplifying it on them. The best thing to probably do is to be one with your thoughts. Either meditate, but what I would suggest you do is journal, because that's action. And so that, my friends, is why I journal. There's so many things on journaling that we have to cover, but this was just an introduction to the journaling. And also, if you're wondering why it's just me and this setup here, this is actually like a sort of step that we took because SHESHAN and I can't meet up for episodes that often these days because I have exams, and SHESHAN is fighting for time as much as I am, and so we decided to do this like one-on-one session. Hopefully it was insightful and it gave you a bit of context as to why people journal and how you can let your thoughts just, you know, when they're scrabbled, when your thoughts are just scrambling inside your head waiting to get out, why not put them in words? You become a great writer too. I feel like I've become better at writing and feeling a bit more clarity in myself because of that journaling, and it has helped. So I recommend journaling to anyone who can even write. And of course, can journaling be done on computer? It can be done on phone even, but I would suggest you not use the electronic methods. Just grab a piece of paper and write it down, man. How hard can it be? Pretty sure everyone here can write, can read, and succeed. So wishing you all the very best, and from the True Story family, which is just SHESHAN and I, see you in the next one, and that is a true story, bro.